When I was offered the position of finance minister, I knew I was going to get hurt. We are now facing the smokescreens of populism sweeping over the state. When I took on the post, Israel was just a few weeks from total collapse like in Argentina, and the central bank's governor warned that the bank was on the verge of a breakdown. Benjamin Netanyahu. America's condition wasn't too different from Israel's. It was a time of intense economic struggle, and America was in deep need for reform. Two parties stood up through the ashes, populism and progressivism. They both wanted to reform America for the better, putting the economy back into shape and have better working conditions. However, there were still major differences between them.
Those who were populists supported the rights of giving power to the people who were struggling against the privileged upper class and felt the government favored only banks and industrialists. And those who were for the progressive movement focused mainly on the political system. The urban classes belonging to the middle class of society felt that the rich were exploiting them and had to face many rising prices and inflation coming towards them.
America was booming in industry, and part of that came the disrespect of hard-working farmers and more respect for the big businessman running the factory. And so, the farmers joined the populists to fight back against this unfair state of America.
I'm so sick and tired of this government thing. I've been living on this farm for 20 years and they ain't cared nothing about our rights. Where's all the money going? It's going to the bank. Why can't we get any money? And that's why I became a populist. Because with the populists, they care more about us, more about our rights, more money to us.
Rockefeller has never lowered the price of oil, a point if it could be avoided. And in times of public stress, he has taken advantage of the very misery of the poor to demand higher prices. Does it pay the public to trust the control of a great necessity of life to such a man? Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt became president in 1901 and was a major leader in the progressive movement. He led the 1912 campaign for the Progressive Party and advocated for a program of reform dedicated to direct democracy, social justice, and a balance between rights and citizen duty. These reformers hoped to create a new concept of citizenship that would fulfill the lofty aspirations we the people in the quest for a more perfect union, a quest hampered by fierce infighting over civil rights and antitrust policy. Such reforms include the right of women, child labor, minimum wage, conservation of natural resources through national and state parks, and a legislation to control monopolies, such as with the likes of Rockefeller.
Our government has chartered thousands of corporations, turned them loose upon us, and now permits them to commit from year to year outrages upon our people. These charters are neither more nor less than letters of marque, authorizing those who hold them to prey upon the commerce of the country. And they are the forerunners of something still more serious if they not be speedily recalled and the evils they entail quickly remedied. These enterprises are made of expectation and apprehension. If expectations are realized, corporators flourish. If apprehensions are verified, the misfortune is unloaded upon the people. Could anything be more monstrous? James B. Weaver. In the 1992 election, James Weaver was most known for his presidential nominee for the People's Party, the Populists. He thought the government was based on big business and that the farmers and small businessmen were suffering. He was for regulated work hours, an increase in the circulating currency to be achieved by the unlimited coinage of silver and paper money, a graduated income tax, government ownership of the railroads, a tariff for revenue only, the direct election of U.S. senators, and other measures designed to strengthen political democracy and give farmers economic parity with businesses and industry. James was a founder of the Populist Party in 1991 and was elected by the Populists to run for president, managing to receive over 1 million popular votes and 22 electoral votes, which was immensely impressive for running in a third party. After the Populists fused with the Democratic Party, James' populist career was drawn to a close.
Progressivism and populism can still be seen today through the Obama administration and Tea Party, both wanting to reform America into an image they think is right. This goes to show that America's use of democracy will always be used to the fullest, and that parties and ideals will always rise up to make America a stronger, more perfect union.